My name, both my real name and my stage name, is Laszlo Perlman. It's really special to be here in Tranny Hotel. It's special for a lot of reasons. From the simplest ones that I've never been to Liverpool before, and I've really enjoyed my couple of moments, my first moments here. I think for me what's most important is bringing transgender and other queer arts to a bigger level, a sort of more international level, and the exchange between artists from different countries is really exciting to me, and I hope to help make more of it and see more of it. I'm performing a physical theater piece tonight. It's a new piece. It's called Dance Me to the End of Love, and it works with several versions of Leonard Cohen's song of the same name, and it's exploring intimacy, transgender bodies, love, romance, and lots of flower petals. In the last 8 years since I've been in London, I've done a lot of work that involves stripping. And that's because I'm interested in, or it started to be because I was interested in exposing people to the non-normatively gendered male body. So, you know, you see me clothed and they're quite obvious to all concerned that I'm just a guy. And then I take off all my clothes in the course of a piece, and lo and behold, I'm not just a guy. I'm a different kind of guy. So I've been working with that for 8 years now. Dance me on and on, dance me very tenderly. I mean, the point isn't nudity, but the point is freedom and easiness with whatever you are. And since I'm naked, why not join me?
The quality of the performance has been brilliant. I've really enjoyed doing what I wanted to do. We've been out to the Blue Coat this afternoon. We went to the Casimir last night, and each time there's a little opening when something new happens, some kind of special engagement. Don't forget, this is part of something called Exchange Radical Moments. So if we hadn't had any radical moments, it could have been a bit of a letdown, but we did. One nice thing about it is that the people in the hotel, who must in many cases be local people, have been very interested, tolerant, excited and amused by the whole thing, which has helped us to kind of feel at home here. It's a kind of model of the city, isn't it? If we feel at home here, there's a good chance we'll feel at home on the streets. And the parade last night, where we took the dress all the way to the Casimir, just showed us that actually, under normal circumstances, people feel very comfortable with what's going on. Two of us, Timberlina and I, walking through the city centre while people were shopping, had got a kind of surreal quality about it, but it felt so normal. You know, I mean, all you are is people walking through a city centre. We don't spend all our time thinking about what we look like. We don't spend all our time projecting ourselves on people. It was one that kind of made people think, oh, this city of ours that we know so well contains even more than we thought. It's like going through your change and finding a £2 coin and thinking, oh, you know, I got that one. You know, added value. So it added value to me, added value to Timberlina, added value to the city, and the people who received that added value to themselves.
Only you supposed to be? Who am I supposed to be? I am who I am. Who are you supposed to be?
Take it easy.
See you later. Yes, yes. I live in the countryside, and so my everyday is making preserves like this, which is a Merry Mellow Marrow jam. So yes, that's what I do. I do a lot of gardening, and then I do Timberlina. So Tim does the gardening, and Timberlina is a bit of a sort of stages housewife. I like the idea of really the dressing up, the drag aspect is really just about feeling lovely, and wearing women's clothes makes me feel lovely and feminine. I feel that it's important to keep my beard because that's very much the identity of who I am as a man. So I don't see why Timberlina shouldn't express both the masculinity and femininity. I'm all about twin sets, and you know, because they're practical and they're kind of formal, but at the same time they're very comfortable. I was inspired by my mum. I used to like watching her put her makeup on, and I was always, you know, and I think that's really what I love about it is, you know, I love that whole businesswoman thing of like finish work, okay, Zoom, going out, you know, just that sense of ritual of just dressing up just to get a train or just to do something, even, oh look, the postman's come around with a package, or better put the lip, you know what I mean? I love that. And again, that sort of inspires the look, that sort of Stepford wife with a beard. You know, there's a sort of a confidence you get from being dressed up like this, that informs and empowers me in other ways as Tim, and in the same way that has led me to inform and empower Timberlina. So it's quite a sort of happy balance, really.
My full name is Joe, that's J-O Clifford. I've been a playwright for 30 years and I'm very well known in the Scottish theatre scene, but not so well known outside of Scotland. I've written about 75 plays, maybe coming up to 80 plays of every kind you can imagine. I've got two very gorgeous daughters. I'm their dad. Their mum, Susie, well, we were married for 33 years. She died 6 years ago of a brain tumour. That sort of sums up a little bit of me anyway. So I'm not so experienced as a performer. I've only been doing that for the last, goodness me, 5 or so years. I did it in 2009 in Glasgow. It's Tranny Theatre. And as you'll hear during the performance, it made very, very many people extraordinarily angry. And if you still Google Jesus Queen of Heaven, you'll get sort of 500,000. It tends to make people cry. There's been 3 people crying so far today, which is rather lovely because we all need to cry over what's happened to us, I think. And I wrote to the Archbishop of Liverpool about it because I thought, oh God, I don't want that sort of crap again. And I got a very lovely letter back because actually things are really changing. When I was very young, when I was a boy, and I first discovered I wanted to be a girl, literally there were no words for who I was. Words like transgender, transsexual did not exist. So who I was unspeakable, very literally unspeakable. And, later in the year I'm speaking in the Scottish Parliament, and it is amazing. It is extraordinary the shift there has been. I would never have dreamt that I would be able to live and work and write and perform openly as a transgender woman the way I am now. I think it's very wonderful, actually.
It is the end of the evening on Sunday the 13th of November. Tranny Hotel is drawn to a close. We have just had an amazing concert with Johnny Woo and Ray Spoon, all the stuff that our workshop participants did all through today. In our 2 workshops this morning and this afternoon were presented beautifully to open the concert. We've just been absolutely overwhelmed. We're just so happy that it's worked, but I know that we're all so tired. The people that have engaged in this weekend have all gone home with tears in their eyes, just really have met an awful lot of new friends. Phone numbers have been exchanged. Everybody was talking about gender and transgender and what the weekend has meant to them, and that was absolutely fantastic. And all they've got all weekend is compliments from people.
I really enjoy participating in queer or trans events all over, and so if I'm invited, I try to make it work. So I have another tour over here next week, going to Switzerland and Austria and Germany. So yeah, I don't know. I just think it's really interesting to meet other trans folks and just it's like the socialization aspect, see their art. There aren't a lot of transgender people, so if you can get to a party where there's 100 trans people in a room, that's always fun. So I enjoy that.
There's got to be more events like this going on. This is what the future holds. It's freedom for people, more events, more interaction, more open art, more everybody just being embracing, being involved, and people just feeling that everything is valid, everything's warranted, nobody's excluded, everybody's included.
The whole experience this weekend has been brilliant. I couldn't get to see as much as I wanted because I was obviously doing my thing, but I've seen some things today that I really liked, the ritual wedding, and I've just been to the Blue Coat to see Timberlina and Mandy talking and leading us around the exhibition there. So a really great weekend, and I've met some really nice people, made some new friends, I hope.
It's been one of the best weekends ever. Everything we planned to do has happened, and all the amazing people we planned to bring to Liverpool have come, and they've all given amazing experiences to the audiences.